ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Pro and Noob. Attack on Titan, episodes 78, 79, and 80. You all know the one. Episodes 2000 to you. Or is it from you? Anyway, Mitch 692, Jarod.
The first episode is to you 2,000 years. From you 2,000 years is this one.
Well, it's really embarrassing. I looked it up 10 minutes ago. To you in 2,000 years, The Fall of Shiganshina Part 1. From you in 2,000 years is episode 80.
Is the next Fall of Shiganshina.
Oh, Shiganshina's done. Shiganshina's gone. Ah, shit. It's flat. Yeah. Now, the people won't know I said this, but I told Jarod I had a bullet in the chamber for a fifth recording in the last 24 hours. Little did he know I was being quite
that it was a 50 cal
fired by a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
That bullet was for me 2,000 years ago.
Wow.
Get up, Jarod. Get up. Keep moving forward. Get up. Get up, Jarod.
I think from now on, when we talk about the things we're going to do next on this show, I need to have Travis here to be like my attorney.
No.
Because I feel like a 14-year-old like signing a record deal without a lawyer present. It's like the John Mulaney, where do I sign, Mr. Barry Gordy? Mitch, I don't even know where to start.
Well, Falco's now the Jaw Titan.
Yeah.
Deeply funny. Falco's neck is way too long. There was no need to do that kid that day.
I know.
That was horrific.
He looks straight out of Camino. Like, what is going on?
Second of all, how strong is that kid's teeth that he was cracking Rhino's armor?
I think Rhino was starting to let go.
Sure. But
I think that was part of it. He was starting to let go.
But then just let it go, right? And then the fateful bullet. Yeah.
We screamed.
His head spins off. Someone animated that and it's clean as fuck. It's just...
Ugh.
I think everyone legitimately screams at that point because it's like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
You know, you have technically 2 movies and 6 episodes to go. Well, obviously not at that point. You've got 8 episodes to go at that point. It's just like you just popped this man like a wine bag.
Oh my God, Mitch, this is so overwhelming. Like, I understand that it might fuck up the flow, but like when shit is this crazy, we need to do this one episode at a time. Like,
no.
I don't understand how I'm supposed to do an episode on all of that.
I mean, you did an episode on all of the end of Return to Shiganshina by doing 3.
Yeah,
they're not necessarily as big as this. There's a lot here, but Return to Shiganshina is just like 3 episodes of bang, 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 bang.
I don't know if we did it in the episode.
I also really, just before you get there, I adore how they structured this.
Oh yeah,
his head pops off. You have the whole thing in the past. The coordinate past, what you want to call it. I think it's the past. And then you have Zeke say, a lifetime in here is instant outside. So you can spend 2.5 episodes doing what the fuck you want, and not a damn thing has changed. And then,
It's
bang,
I
immediate.
I feel very vindicated in just calling it the Titan world between worlds.
Yeah. Mm. It's a physical collective unconscious.
Yeah. It's what the world between worlds is, basically. Okay. Where do I start? I'm glad that was Ymir in there. Like, as I think I said in the episode, I was like, oh, it'd be cool if it was like some weird shit with Historia, because it feels like it's angling towards like some more of that weird like falling through time shit.
Mm.
I'm glad it was Ymir, just to keep it simple. Simple.
It's not as difficult as it looks.
It's not. You're right, but it's still like
It's a
just,
lot.
It's
It's a lot.
it's a lot at once. So the first episode, the battles are thrilling. That's really cool. Very big, like, oh my god moment. What I love so much about this is that, like, you could have done a whole episode that ends with Zeke unleashing the scream,
Mm.
and that be your to be continued. And that happens within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
that itself could have been a whole episode where he does the whole, much like me, I too care for my little brother.
I'm
And
sorry,
so
little one.
Yeah. And like, no. And like flash frying Falco's brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Only half as well. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Mm.
But like that in and of itself could have been a whole episode with a holy shit moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just keep fucking going.
Mm-hmm. Aaron does his little drop and roll out the back of his Titan.
Oh yeah.
Funniest thing he's ever done. Our little Laura Farmer could have done anything, but no.
Just
Stopped, dropped, and rolled. Fucking droidica out here.
Where are those droidicas? Yeah, that is bananas. This is gonna be bad radio for a little bit. This is gonna be just like the end of season 3, where I just need a second to like get my bearings, because
we got plenty.
I ended the episode, exited out of Disney Plus, went to the bathroom, put on my Jar Jar shirt, and sat down. Like, I am not even like 10 minutes out from finishing the episode.
No, he's not. No.
Or the batch, I like the stuff inside of the coordinate realm a lot.
The path.
The paths. Okay, can you explain to me, as though I am an idiot, what is going on power-wise there?
What, you me?
There, just like why Ymir is able to resist the order, why Aaron is able to countermand it, why he's able to compel her to like do what he's asking her to do. Because like it feels like all of the rules that have been very important up to this point about how the Founding Titan works kind of went out the window.
No,
and I don't
no,
mean
it's all
that,
still there. No.
and I don't mean that in like they contradicted themselves. I just need you to explain the mechanics to me of how this went down.
Everything was as the show has said. Founding Titan can control Ymir. The Founding Titan can give Ymir a command. You have to be of royal blood.
Right.
You either have to be a Fritz or a Rice, even though technically they're the same family. What Eren does is promises to break the cycle. Is to let Ymir be free. So she makes her own choice. That's why you see her eyes the first time at that point.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Sheer force of will. The tenacity of this little funny goober.
Stop calling him that.
It's just a
Stop
joke.
calling him that.
I will never not
Stop.
call
I
Aaron
don't.
Yeager a goober.
No.
I will
No.
never. I
no,
can't. No. You still have time
No.
left, Jarod. I'll never stop calling him a goober.
I'm not. No, we can't. We can't. No.
can.
No.
I
No.
can.
He's so evil. He's so fucking evil. He's so fucking disgusting. I hate this guy so much. I want Mikasa to slime him so hard. I want a generational execution from Mikasa on him. I want Mikasa to be the one to do it.
I mean, he's already dead, Jarod. And his head popped off.
Yeah, and then it got screwed back on to whatever that thing is.
It doesn't officially have a name. There's like no name for that. If you want to call it a name, the collectively agreed upon name is hallucigenia. After that weird little, I don't know if you've ever seen the hallucigenia before. It's a legitimate thing.
Is that like an animal?
Yeah. Yeah. Though don't Google it. Don't Google it just yet, because I know full fucking well Attack on Titan stuff comes up.
Good point.
Yeah,
I just want to see what the like. I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm assuming it's like
literally what you just saw, but it's got more of a face. It's like some weird evolution. That it just this weird thing. It looks like from a fucking dream. Like it shouldn't exist, but it does. Like,
okay. All right, I'm trying to find a place where I can like get my footing here. So let's talk about bootstraps.
yes. Congratulations, Jarod. Got what you wanted.
Can I return it?
No. You
Can I
have to
give it
keep
back?
moving forward. Pick it up, Jarod. That's actually I don't know how I forgot, but that shot as well of Eren just like in his dad's shit is also like a meme people use. See that shit everywhere.
Oh my god. So really fascinating stuff. So what all did Eren do inside of Grisha's mind to like get the chain of events he needed to happen?
He shows Grisha specific memories. I don't think we know which ones.
Like at this stage of the game, or you don't think we're ever explicitly told?
I don't think we're ever told. I don't think we're ever explicitly shown which ones he's shown him. Just like how you don't really, with the whole, when he does this a story a bit from the end of season 3, you don't ever really see the full extent of what Eren saw. It just heavily focuses on that ceremony with Frida. That's the point. You could probably make an argument that Eren shows Grisha his point of view, one of Eren's point of views, because this man has seen, if you think about it, that one moment from like 8 different perspectives.
So the other thing I'm a little confused on is if Grisha is able to see the future, and part of his future is seeing his past through Eren. How was Grisha able to be manipulated into doing certain things while also seeing what Eren will do and how he'll do terrible things?
Bootstrap stuff, I guess.
Okay, I really don't feel that's not really satisfying enough for me. I like. Like I just don't understand like if Grisha is pushed to do it and then he's immediately like, "Oh my god." Like unless and again, they don't make this clear, so like maybe I'm just inventing a cop out so that I'm not bothered by it. But unless what they're getting at is and I'm a little stuffy, I apologize. Uh unless what they're getting at is Grisha is pushed by Aaron to do what he's about to do. Kills the Rice family, consumes the founder Titan. And then after he's done bugging out, he then peers into the future and sees what he set in motion. Like he sees Aaron's future acts and not just a myriad of perspectives.
That's what Aaron said. He showed him bits of his future memories. That's also what Aaron saw.
But that's after Grisha kills the Rice family.
No, it's when he's talking to him.
Then why would Grisha do it if he knows Aaron's going to do something horrible?
It's Grisha. I don't know. You know, this is the problem when you're playing about with a paradoxical sort of thing. You're gonna try and get too much in the weeds of
it. See, I really like the moment, but I feel really dissatisfied by that answer.
But that's my answer, though. You're also asking me at 2:15 in the morning.
Okay, well,
I'm going to use that as an excuse. I have just watched it. I have just been sitting here sweating my tits off because it's fucking hot. Let me think on that. We'll come back to that, actually.
Okay. Because to me, it makes more sense if like Grisha is like Aaron's like, you have to do this, and then Grisha snaps, bugs out, does it after Aaron gets inside his head, and basically, I mean, it basically feels like Aaron is implanting thoughts to turn into actions. And then by the time Grisha is out, he's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, now I'm seeing what's gonna happen."
Yeah.
Is that Grisha doesn't understand the full scope until after he's already done it. Because to me, I'm like that's just nonsensical. If he does it knowing he's giving Aaron the tools to enact a planetary genocide.
It's not a genocide. Technically, not genocide.
Okay, a mass extinction event of everybody who isn't a fucking Eldian.
That's more like it. The rumbling is a technical term.
Oh my god! Yeah, the technical term of the rumbling.
Look, the rumbling does not fit into any like mass murder extinction category. Genocide is of a people. It's not a genocide. Omnicide is the planet, not a planet. He's not destroying the planet. Like there's no, just the fucking rumbling is just its thing. There's no other way to describe it apart from it's just a rumble.
Just a rumble side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, rumble side. There you go.
Yeah. Oh. But no, that was again, it was cool. It was one of those moments. I was like, oh, hey, I was right. Oh no, I was right. You know, that like felt like that was supposed to be going somewhere.
Yeah.
And it paid off beautifully, but maybe a little too well. The third episode, I mean, I was happy to see that because it felt wildly out of character for Aaron to be down with the Eldian euthanization. And I'm like I said, like I was like, I feel like he's taking Zeke for a ride, but I still can't quite tell like what his end game is and like what he's intending to do. And it was just as simple as like, if you're not Eldian, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Which, as we can see, is the logical conclusion of where he was as a child. Which in a great way, and I mean this so sincerely, however much everybody in this show has changed, that specific thing has never changed for Eren Yeager.
No.
And that is deeply upsetting and deeply scary.
Maybe you just watched something, Jarod. That explains that.
Well, that was my next question. I got the ghost of a hint that Eren has somehow always known it was heading this way. Like, from jump, he knew the end game was this.
Mm-hmm.
Will we ever get an answer as to when exactly Eren knew? Because again, then that's the thing we're stuck in right now. Like that, like we're
Can
now.
I tell you that you've already known that question? You know the answer to that question.
Okay, can you tell me the answer I know then?
80 episodes ago.
Okay, hold on. You did this, so now I have to go looking. So, like, at what point in the first episode is he like experiencing?
He's. This is gonna be so funny. Let me just find that first episode.
What?
I said, let me just find that first episode.
I have it pulled up on Hulu right now.
Yeah, no, but I want it myself exactly.
Because like you're gonna have to edit so much dead air.
Yeah, that's fine.
I apologize. I forgot there was the first shot of like the geese flying, which we need to finally talk about the motif of birds, by the way. Like that's one of those things that like I've been like waiting. There's one of those like I've been waiting for a good time. I've been like waiting for the symbol to really crystallize. But I'm like, we just gotta talk about this.
We'll talk about the birds, Jarod. We'll talk about the birds. Not now. We'll talk about the birds. Right, you go to. Hold on. When exactly does it start? Find the title card. To You in 2,000 Years, The Foolish Giganshina Part 1.
Okay, I'm like right before it, like they're seeing the colossal titan.
It's cool. Just press play.
We've not been talking about it. I paused for a moment. I'm really excited to figure out who the narrator is exactly. Because at first I thought the narrator was Armin.
It is Armin.
It is Armin? Okay.
That's why when Armin dies in season 3, that episode has no narration. Because he's dead. Yeah, the whole thing's Armin.
I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. Okay. They said Colossal Titan's just like standing over the wall.
Wait, have you got to where the Titan attacks?
No, not yet.
Oh.
You said it was at the title card, so I wasn't trying to skip.
Yeah, like the actual episode, like no. I think it was at like 3 minutes something. 3:30.
Okay.
3:38, around that.
Having sex with the bees and the eagles. How fucking quaint is this at this point? Flip through the theme song.
Yeah, it goes like 3 minutes 38, around that. You just
The
kind
shit
of want
rips.
to just want to watch the first like minute post episode name.
What's interesting is after watching this show enough, and maybe it's just like I'm not close enough to the TV to notice, it seems like there's way more distortion on the title card than there is in other episodes. Like a lot of that visual noise crackle.
Might be. Let me find it again.
Okay, let me let this ride.
No, you're right. There is a lot. Yeah. It's definitely not as much as season 1. Well, season 4, I should say.
So he's too early in the process to actually understand what he's seeing. Hold on, I'm taking that back. All the Titans appear. There's like, who is that? There's like a guy in like a fancy military uniform that looks like slumped over by the fireplace.
I'm not sure. I think it's not specifically for a person. It's just like,
but it's also such a wildly different military uniform that it's just
Yeah.
like this is global devastation.
So you really just want to hear his dialogue,
Oh, what he says when he wakes up?
just the
I
whole
was just
conversation. Was that the dream line by chance?
yeah. It went on for forever.
Yeah.
I bet it did.
This
So
is the founder's thing. The founder and the Attack Titan, very similar. Attack Titan is, hey, here's like memories of every Attack Titan wielder.
yeah.
All right, so you that hence why Kruger's like, if you want to save, Mikasa and Armin, and he's like, well, whose memories are these? He doesn't know. It's Eren. The founder does the same thing on a larger scale.
Of like across all Eldians, if it wants to.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Mm.
And if you have the founder, time is essentially broken for you. You are living in everything a fucking once. I can't remember if they actually say
Dr. Manhattan, yeah.
I can't remember if this comes out later on in the show, but it's like they've done.
I mean, they kind of get
thing.
it that with like Kenny's like flashback episode where he's like kind of makes it clear like this they weren't all there because you could tell they were here and there and then and back.
That's
then
why they're
and
getting the
forward
first
time.
king's will, because they literally inheriting it from the first king of the walls. So even though Eren doesn't have a Titan at that point, because he has the founder at some point in the future, he's still affected by it. Everything's predetermined. And that's why he says, why is your hair short? Because to him, the last time he saw Mikasa, her hair's short. The question is, Jarod, why is he crying?
I mean, the easy cop-out answer is that what he just saw scared me, a grown-ass man watching a fucking cartoon, and he's a child in the cartoon, and that was his dream.
It was not a dream, it was his reality. It was his harsh truth.
Oh, fuck, that's good. Oh, yeah, that's the good shit. Oh my god, inject that into my fucking veins.
I don't think Taylor would appreciate if we made you the Goon Titan.
I'm not the Goon Titan, I'm the Take Titan.
You say that, but it might be predetermined that you're the Goon.
So, I guess my question is because, like, I also like because like Aaron immediately is like, "Oh man, like I lost it." Immediately, he's like, he's like, "I don't even remember what it was about." Like within moments of waking up, it's kind of gone. Like he remembers how it made him feel, but he doesn't remember.
I put
what he
that purely
saw.
down to the fact that he doesn't have the founder yet, and nothing's been activated for him. So there's always going to be an effect on him.
So, again, answer this question in the normal pro and noob way of either no, don't worry about it, or just wait and see. Your question will be answered. Do we ever get an acknowledgement from Aaron of him going like, "This is the moment I put together the visions I was having"?
Pull up.
Okay, so that wasn't one of the things I said you could answer with. So, are you telling me we'll just wait and see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To me, wait and see to me is plot.
Okay. Like I just want to know if we will get a moment where Aaron goes like, and this was around the time I realized what I was seeing and what I had to do about it.
But you kind of get that here when he's talking to Zeke and he says about the Historia moment, right? He's like, he saw the visions of him from Grisha, which is where it gets confusing. He didn't see it of himself. He saw the visions that he gave, the perspective of Grisha seeing the visions that Aaron gave him.
Yeah.
It's Goober's mind is mush.
I was, I really thought that this was going to be some weird, like, I almost world between worldsy kind of like quote unquote time travel, where like
not
actually doing time travel. It's just like, huh?
Not time travel.
No, and I know it's not.
I know, I'm just
but what I'm getting at is like we have arrived, even though we're not explicitly doing time travel, and it is still like what I was calling like the metaphysical psychic time travel. That like we have arrived.
The founder transcends time. You exist outside of it. It's all happening at once.
God, I love stories like this so much. I love when like stories like fucking seed everything. And there's just a little bit of a breadcrumb trail, and there's just like little hints and little teases, and not like explicit setup, but just like shit like this. Shit like you will go back and realize there was something at play. It's like it reminds me like God, it was a few years ago. I kept seeing all these videos on the big TikTok feed and my YouTube subscriptions that were like going over like the Batman Arkham games and how there was always like a really fucking creepy teaser for the next game hidden in them.
Yeah.
Like if you like in Asylum, if you break down the right wall, you can find the blueprints for City. And like a note there from Hugo Strange, and like in City, you can find like Scarecrow's fucked up mask and a shit ton of fear toxin. And it's just like, and it's so eerie because you know what's going to come to pass. That by the time you know that was relevant, it's too fucking late to feel like you ever had any control over it. Mitch, there's a legitimate chance that I end up fucking up Road to Doomsday because I just want to start the show over after this.
Attack on Titan, it is such a different experience watching it back. It's fucking nuts. This has been wild for me. This is the first time I've watched this show in its entirety since finishing it the first time.
Okay. So.
Yeah, basically, Grisha just gets emotionally manipulated. And I also think that if you saw yourself with your... I'm trying to think what perspective you saw it from and how it works. Because if you saw yourself with your future son behind you from the eyes of someone else, I think you're going to be really easily manipulated into doing what the person two perspectives in is going to want you to do. No.
It's like I said, like we've fully arrived at, like, even though this is not like a hard sci-fi time travel, or even like a
But
hard
it's
magic time travel,
Mm.
we are using those rules right now.
Mhm.
Like we are firmly planted in, like,
Mhm.
you know, there's like 18 layers of cause and effect that are sending ripples out, and it's, you know, very much that like Avengers, Dragon Ball, all like almost Harry Potter time travel, where it's like the time travel was always a part of what happened, therefore like the events that took place, like like these are like everything that's happening on the timeline is fixed, including going back to metal with them.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I did not expect to be like as brain broken as I was with Evangelion.
Yeah. Just think that whole... One of my favorite parts is Grisha apologizing to Zeke. Even though Zeke's not technically there, but he's seeing him there. But he's seeing that whole moment through Aaron's perspective. So he's watching himself hug his future son, who's not actually there, but he knows he's there because he's with Aaron. The moment itself is fantastic, but just seeing like...
I just like, for me, part of it then goes like, but why does Grisha then choose to inject Aaron still?
It's just still manipulation, isn't it? I guess I don't know if this is right or not. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to actually look this up. The founder has the first king's will.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, if at any point you have the founder, you know, you're gonna, like Aaron, you're gonna feel it anyway. Where Aaron has the founder and he goes back, like because Grisha, where Grisha sees Aaron in the cave, he knows he doesn't have a choice, because if he did have a choice, Aaron wouldn't be there.
Mm.
So there's no, like, no matter what he does, he can't physically get out of that situation without getting the founder himself, because Aaron's here. If Aaron was here, he would he wouldn't be doing it. But because Aaron exists here at this point, it has to happen because it's been predetermined.
You
Therefore,
almost
it
arrive
may...
at we were basically arriving at an I am my own grandpa situation.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Now that we simplified it to I am my own grandpa, I understand everything that's happening right now.
I was like, you asked me how to explain the fucking mechanics of this. My brain just mushed. I Aaron Yeagered out in the first 5 minutes of this episode. It took me 40 fucking minutes to unmush my brain. I had again another Aaron Yeager moment, and I hope me saying that makes more sense. Because now, if you go back to the end of season 3, why is Aaron so fucked up and unhappy at the ocean? Because before that, he didn't know this was going to happen. How could he fucking know? He wasn't having dreams at that point. But he touches Historia and he sees everything that's about to happen. But he's still in that fuck that mode. But everything that happens after that, he's seeing, and he's just getting more and more and more and more.
Oh my god, this is so tragic. This is so good.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm really excited to see this one memory that seems like it's freaking Aaron out. This memory of the future, where it seems like Aaron is almost like bending the knee and kissing a ring.
That's Historia. That's from season 3.
That is okay. I couldn't tell the way it was framed. Like he kept like reacting in a way in it that like felt like he was like going, wait a minute, to himself in the. Okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, that's you've already seen that moment. Everyone gets to this point and you just start feeling like Aaron because you have to go back and fucking look at everything. You're like,
I cannot wait to watch like a bunch of 4-hour long videos about the mechanics of this and all the minutia that I can't like go back and try to research and understand without poisoning the experiment.
I really want. I don't know if the episodes do it or not. I don't know if they did that. Part of me doesn't think they did. I'm certain at some point. I still haven't read the fucking manga, and I really want to. I'll probably do it when we finish this. But I'm certain. I remember when this came out. I remember people freaking the fuck out and posting panels and pages where it has Eren and Zeke, but from one of the early chapters in the background. That's legitimately, they were drawn into the background. I can't remember if that's legit or not. I can't confirm it myself, but I have a very specific memory of people freaking out about that.
Oh, that's good.
And like when every point you see the memory of like them going through Grush's memory in the manga and those points, he's there or they're there.
Can I also bring something up that we haven't really talked about that I'm like getting more and more fascinated by?
Go for it.
Because of their implication. The information ready for public release bumpers have been getting progressively weirder.
Again, I can't read them because I want Japanese.
Well, Hulu throws a translation up by default, even if I don't have the subtitles on. We've gone from what feels like a debrief of like a piece of information we just learned. Or like, hey, here's how ODM gear works. Oh, hey, here's how the anti-personnel. Oh, hey, here's what a Thunder Spear is.
I think I believe that's how you find out that the records of Eren are released to the public between season 1 and season 2. I want to say.
Well, my thing is that like we're at the point where like we're getting these like information ready for public release, and it's like the founding Titan can do psychological time travel, and I'm like, what? Then like there's a part of me that's like almost curious if some of this is like from the far flung future. These pieces of information that are like, okay, enough time has passed and we understand what happened then. That unfortunately does require. I shouldn't say unfortunately. Fortunately, does require some amount of survivability from this situation. And I'm praying Eren fails in his efforts.
I mean, you'd hope so. Because tens of millions of Titans, colossal Titans at that. Not great.
Tens of millions.
Yeah. Do you know what?
That number seems way too big.
I think it is, but that's what Willie Tiber says. His whole speech in Mali is like tens of millions of Titans in the world. Yeah. But I think people have genuinely tried to work it out that it's somewhere between 400,000 and 600,000.
Still an insane number.
It is an insane number, but you got to think the size of those fucking walls.
Oh, yeah.
And how just kilometers worth of Titans in 3 different walls. In fact, it's more than 3 walls because you have the 3 main walls. You then have the little nipple walls.
Yeah.
At least I can't remember if the middle wall has the same little sub walls or not.
So, on the topic of the walls, did my little jaunt back through the season 2 outro, was that in an episode or did we do that after the fact?
No, that was
'Cause I
the
know-
last episode of season 2. We did that. The season 2 outro we talked about for the last episode of season 2. I'm looking at it right now because it's called Attack on Theory time. That's when you went through that.
No, but I mean, I went back recently. I don't remember if we did that
recently.
on air or not.
No, I think that was on there. That might have been the end of Return to Shiganshina. I don't know if I don't think we've done it for any of the final season.
Okay, I couldn't remember if I just couldn't remember if we did it in an episode or not. Because if we did it in an episode, I'm not going to redo it. But because I remember looking back at what I said.
Hold on. We did it in the final of season 3 because there's the whole. They start talking about it in Grisha's.
Right. I just said I couldn't remember if it made it into the episode. I cannot believe I was right about the fucking cannibalism. I am so fucking upset that I was right about specifically fucking cannibalism.
But to pass it down, you have to eat somebody, right?
I know, but I didn't expect it to be some Wendigo shit. That's how this shit started.
You know what's really fucking funny?
What?
He has no way of knowing that was going to work.
No.
He just made Ymir's kids eat Ymir. Hoping a fucking prayer. That's literally it. That's all he was getting out of that.
Also, it does seem like we came down on the side of which version of history is correct. And the answer is a little bit of A, a little bit of B. And that this had so little to do with Ymir and what the Titans wanted to do and everything to do with the first King Fritz being a fucking maniac.
I mean, it's a lot to do with Fritz. I think it's everything to do with Ymir.
You're not putting the blame on Ymir for this.
I'm not blaming Ymir. I'm not blaming Ymir in the slightest.
Don't
get me twisted. That girl if she let those pigs out, who fucking knows? But the fact that we are here in our current situation.
Sure, I just mean like the atrocities committed by Eldia.
Yeah, I'm not putting it
are next to nothing to do with Ymir acting of her own volition and being some type of like chaos destruction deity, and everything to do with Fritz being a maniac warmonger who sexually abused and kidnapped this slave girl to be both his like horrific sex slave as well as his nuclear deterrent.
But the question you need to ask yourself now, Jarod. When Ymir gets speared, and Fritz says, "Get up," you're not going to be taken out by a single spear. And it then cuts to the poor girl dragging the water bucket, and she makes all the Titans and everything. Why?
I was afraid you were going to ask.
You don't have to answer. You can wait and see what the show does. If it does.
So, allow me to ask this.
But that is a question.
Hard? So, like, what do you mean? Why? What exactly are you asking me when you say that?
Just the why.
Like,
why? She's obviously carrying on what he wanted to happen.
Right.
Now, my question is why?
I don't know.
Why do you think Ymir carries out his will? Also deeply funny to me that Titans look fucked up because they're made by a tiny child out of sand. Deeply funny. Finger guns Titan. The weird,
Oh,
like,
Mitch,
deformed Titan.
we are so above my pay grade at this point. We are so beyond me being able to like go, oh, like beyond culture, beyond custom, beyond, just sheer geography. The stories humanity tells are always going to have shared elements, and I'm really good at pattern recognition and like having good gut feelings about stories and being able to intuit it. We're so far beyond that. We're so fucking far beyond that. You're asking a street magician who just figured out what somebody's playing card is to predict 9/11. That is what you're doing right now. I am good
I
at
wasn't
watching
asking.
things. I'm good at watching things and going,
Are you?
is this your card? That's what I'm good at.
You thought you were good at it.
And I've proven it.
Or have
But
you? Or have you?
I am good at doing a little bit of, is this your card with plot? You're now
But then we
asking
get
me.
here and we have Ymir, and I'm just proving right again. Because there was no
What?
way you were going to fucking see that Ymir was coming in this way.
I figured we'd see her like again. Like I didn't know in what way. Like there was a part of me like I saw her with the bucket, like putting Zeke back together, and there was a part of me that was like that whole idea of like a child with a bucket falling through
Yeah, but
time. I was like,
that's a recent development. I'm talking way back when you're like, oh, I've got this show figured out. Blah 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 blah. I'm good at watching things. This is like
when did
season 2, I
I?
think.
When
Pretty
did
certain
I
it's like season
say?
2. Might be
Oh, okay.
season
So
1.
like, so long before the concept of the Titan goddess was introduced.
I'm just saying. I told you might figure A to B, but or A to C, but how you get through B.
I dog, we went from me reading the fucking alphabet for me trying to read an alien language. Like
But you're good at watching things, Jarod.
I am, Mitch. That doesn't mean I'm fucking omniscient, dog. Damn. Shit.
You saw that first episode with the flashes and everything, and the fucking why is he crying? Should have clocked this shit years ago, Jarod.
Much
You
like
should
Aaron,
you should
I
have
didn't.
known at least 10 years ago that you'd be in this situation and know the full fucking plot of Attack on Titan. From the moment of your conception, you should have understood where you'd be right now.
Wouldn't that be some shit?
That would be some shit.
Wouldn't that be some shit if I like let you goad me into Attack on Titan and I just played along? Like actually, like this is one of the like pieces of
I'd
media that I
never
was like,
honestly talk to you again. I'd be fuming. I'd be fucking furious. I'd never talk to you again. It would destroy any trust. Any trust would be gone in a fucking instant.
wouldn't that be about a bitch? I would never do that.
In fact, I'll be perfectly honest. When you're like, yeah, I know some stuff through osmosis about Attack on Titan, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, this motherfucker knows what happens at the end. There's no way.
What'd you say? I didn't understand what you said.
Like, when you were saying about you knew some things about Attack on Titan that you've just seen like in the ether, I was convinced you knew some stuff about the ending.
Oh no. I have no
I've
idea.
realized that.
Like, here's the thing. I don't know what I know about the ending. All I know about the ending is that was the smoking gun for people that like Aaron Yeager. Let me rephrase that.
It broke a lot of people, in fairness. We're not quite there yet. It broke a lot of people.
But like all I know about the ending is it ended up being the smoking gun for people who were saying that this is politically problematic and has some really weird kind of freaky underpinnings. That either that is the case or Aaron is a character much like a Paul Atreides who is meant to be painted in a horrific light that is meant to be a cautionary tale. But that, and what was the name of the author again, please?
Well, Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Isayama.
That like Isayama, that Isayama basically had the same issue with Aaron Yeager that Herbert had with Paul Atreides. Is that like you accidentally made a like you made a wet dream for somebody who wants to have a cult of personality around them.
Yeah.
That in terms of like tone and theme is what I know and what I knew. That is all I know about the ending.
That's fair.
Is that a lot of people think of it as the smoking gun, that either Isayama screwed the pooch and did not get the point across effectively and accidentally made a text that just feels fashy, or he himself is a little fucking fashy. And I know that people have like cited things that he may or may not
or
have said in
people
the
just
real
can't
world.
fucking, they're illiterate.
Or people don't get it. You know, and again, like all of those are valid. And that's why I said before, like I'm going into this with a fresh perspective. I've heard people I do legitimately respect have that take that like Attack on Titan at times can feel a little coded in a certain way that makes it kind of go, ooh. But I don't know. You know, I've had moments where I'm like, I'm looking at how this show is structured aesthetically, the time period it feels like it's harkening back to, the fact that almost every single character has like a Germanic feeling name, that like I'm having these moments like we talked about with like season 2, that I'm like, oh, this is feeling Weimar Republic-y. This is feeling Weimar Republic. We're building towards a military coup. There's a veteran of this war that's been fought that, you know, people feel betrayed over, who's becoming this like linchpin of society, and the cult of personalities building around him, where it's like I can see some shit that looks Rise of the Nazi-ish. And now granted, shit got real fucking fantastical immediately after that. You know, we ended up with some like weird eldritch fucking Reichstag fire that like kind of makes mapping like political, you know, whatever's onto characters really difficult. Like I'm going to be very honest, like any political underpinnings, at least for me, feel as though they have taken a hit in their complexity. Like at this point, the show feels like it is a text about how like war is an endless cycle that will consume all things, and how hurt people will hurt people, and the people hurt by the hurt people are going to hurt the hurt people who hurt them because they were hurt by people. Like, you know, but beyond that is like it's a smoking gun for like why the politics of this show is weird. And there's a society behind some walls, and there's some freaky looking monsters, and one of them is fucking huge. That is all I knew, which is more than I've known about everything else we've done.
It's true.
Evangelion, all I knew was people say it's the greatest anime of all time, and I think there's robots and monsters. We watched Princess Mononoke. I said, I think there's a wolf.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's a girl who rides a wolf and she's the main character. That wasn't even fucking right.
No.
You know, we get to Dan. I know absolutely shit about Dan. I thought Okarun in his like transformation form was the villain.
That's funny.
You know, like it's just like I had all those disclaimers about Attack on Titan because I was like, I know more than I did the other stuff. You could like take any like symbols from any of the stuff we talked about before and put them in front of me. I could not pick a single one out other than the Scout Regiment symbol.
That's fair.
Stuff like that. And again, we are so beyond my pay grade.
Yeah.
Of like, what did I glean from cultural osmosis? I think maybe there's a shot of like an older Aaron like looking up in the sky. I don't know. I just remember seeing that in like a thumbnail or two. But I have no recollection of what that could actually fucking mean. Especially now that I know that the motherfucker is supposed to live for that much longer. Like I know nothing about anything, and I'm almost at the end of the show, and I feel like I know less somehow, and that's great. I love it. The wibbly wobbly timey limey malarkey is fucking awesome. Again, like I feel like I'm watching like a very Paul Atreides type story. Like we were fully in the realm of like this cult of personality is going to take the world or the cosmos or whatever by storm. And shit's about to get real live and a lot of people are going to die and it's going to get real fucking ugly. And it's heartbreaking. Again, it's like I don't even though I love shit like this, with again like the paradoxes and the fucking the cyclical and like you're getting visions of the future sent to you through yourself into the future, and like you're like you don't know how much you're influencing along the way through some temporal fuckery. Like I as much as I love shit like that, I find emotionally, not in terms of like whether or not I think the story's good or like whatever, emotionally, I feel like I got the wind fully taken out of my sails with the revelation that maybe none of this was preventable. That King Fritz set into motion with an act of senseless cruelty to a child. That he began Armageddon. Like that is deeply affecting to me. That makes me sad. That senseless acts of cruelty from a pathetic little man creates annihilation.
Sour stance.
It's
Butterfly
just,
beats its wings.
all right, Mitch. What else do we need to talk about here? Because we're past an hour, and I need your help to keep me on the rails right now. Oh God, this is so overwhelming.
We can go back to talking about the flower power Titan you were bringing up the other day. Congratulations, you've seen what I thought you'd already seen. Because the camera goes flower. Because that flower has 9 petals on it for 9 Titans.
Okay.
You went, 10 flower power. And I was like, there's only 9 petals in the flower, Jarod. I was like, fuck, I can't. Can I say the flower? Like, have we seen that bit in the previous bit or not? My brain melted. Absolutely fucking melted.
Again, there's somewhere deep in my psyche, there's a part of my brain that does fully understand everything that's going on and maybe has seen how all of this ends. Here's a question. Is there a reason why we are hard locked into 9 Titans, or is that just like a plot contrivance and it's fine?
She saw the flower with 9 petals.
And so she decided there will be 9 fancy Titans, including herself.
Yeah. Just how 13 people pointed at her, and that's how many years Titans live.
Oh my God. There's so much going on. There's so much going on, and I love every fucking second of it. Here's my thing. I don't want an Attack on Titan sticker on my laptop or on a water bottle, because I think the Titans are grotesque and I don't want to look at them that often.
Yeah. Just get the Wings of Freedom. So
But I don't like the Scout Regiment symbol because like the Scout. I have too many complicated feelings about it. I will
Aaron.
say,
Get the Wings of Freedom.
If I see a badass like Culture King style Attack on Titan graphic tee, I'm picking that hoe up ASAP. And I hope that shit is Scout Regiment green because I got some Jordans that'll look mighty nice with them. Mitch,
Jarod,
I think Attack on Titan is my favorite anime.
Yeah, that's not a surprise. I knew that line was coming 2 years ago. Absolutely 2 years ago. I knew that was coming. This is why. No, we're not even at the fucking ending yet. This is why I don't understand how people start someone off on anime with Attack on Titan. It's too high a bar. Too high a fucking bar. You run the risk of just ruining an entire fucking thing.
Well, if we may for a moment, because we've had this conversation before with like Dan and a little bit of Attack on Titan. I think part of the problem is that the proliferation of anime has resulted in a lot of people who do not want to engage with the text.
Sure.
They see cool monster fights, cool characters, some trippy weird shit that they just take for granted and don't want to like engage with. I think it's really easy to show this series to somebody who thinks that One Piece is a show about pirates and nothing more. Again, as somebody who has seen maybe like 20 episodes of One Piece and...
Oh, bless. You've seen nothing. Just admit it.
I mean, in the aggregate, yeah, you're right. I've not seen shit. But what I'm saying is like...
You've blinked at the logo in the grand scheme of One Piece.
I understand that. But what I'm getting at is that I watched within 20 episodes and went, oh, like, there's like some like anti-imperialist ideas here, and I understand the conversations that people have that like understand it better than myself, and you know, most pirate stories, you know, tend to have some element of fighting the establishment baked into it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then there's a bunch of people who are just like, oh, cool fights, and some of the characters are hot, you know. And so like it's one of those instances where it's like I am having such a wonderful, rich experience with this show, and it's kind of the burden of you showing this stuff to me is that I'm not always going to hit the lottery like I did with Evangelion.
No,
where I talk about it enough to my friends, like again, just using like Scotty and Jerry, etc., as an example. Like I talk about it enough in a group chat, where some of those people are going to Japan and are aware of the fact that this is a seminal work of fiction across the world, but there especially, obviously, because it is of there. And go, I'm going to take a chance on it and then let it melt their brain. And I have just interacted with too many people who are way too into anime who like I just don't have good conversations about art with. You know, and I think part of it is that the some of the storytelling language of anime lends itself to some people turning their brains off because you get internal monologue constantly. And because I've successfully figured out, oh, the character will literally just talk to me about how they're feeling. I don't have to pay attention to theme and motif and like all like these bigger ideas. And all of that said, like Attack on Titan kind of has it all for me, specifically as a person. You know, like again, like we'll get to My Hero, and like My Hero might edge it out just because like it's cape shit. It's very hero's journey, like in a very, and again, like, you know, a fucking American guy, you know, like having a piece of like of Eastern art that harkens to like a lot of like the fundamentals of Western art, doing a lot of Campbell in that setting with cape shit, with that has the ability to kind of play with cape shit ideas because you now have the opportunity to deconstruct because the genre of the superhero has been around for nearly 100 years. Like all of that, like I would not be surprised if this time next year when we're talking about My Hero Academia and I am like, yeah, I was right from what I watched. My Hero is my GOAT for all of the reasons it obviously would be. But up to this point, before we have like breached the ending, Attack on Titan kind of has everything for me. Like it is like there's a mystery at its core. There are elements of like political intrigue. There is a lot of mystery conspiracy stuff going on. The action is thrilling. Aesthetically, it's beautiful, and it at the end of the day, it feels like a doomsday prophecy. Like I have such a hard time explaining that too, because for me, it's not so much like, oh, I like when the stakes are the end of the world.
Yeah, yeah.
I like when the stakes are you don't know the world's going to end. Not because of an invasion of aliens or demons or monsters, not because some maniac has their hands on a nuke, because things much bigger than us have happened that we don't fully understand, and something horrible's going to happen. These glimpses into the future. Like, again, fuck Harry Potter. It's the reason why Prisoner of Azkaban was my favorite Harry Potter movie. Because of the time turner shit. Because when you know what you're looking for, you realize like something so important happened that people went, we need to intervene. We need to break the fundamental laws of reality and change the course of history. It's part of why Avengers Endgame works so well for me. Like that element of like shit is so out of control that the only way to tip the balance is to break reality. And, again, having found out that liking the rebuilds is a controversial opinion, I just watched, I laughed. I'm a fan of Super Eye Patch Wolf. I found his work. I found his work through his WWE videos, which was actually very funny because I brought up when I hung out with Levi last, my friend, not Ackerman, obviously. We were talking, and it was like, no, he's not. He's fine, but it was the night of SummerSlam last year, and it was like this is literally this is hours before the night I rage quit WWE. And we're talking, and I made the joke to him that is not original by any means, but I was like, you don't understand, man. I was like, WWE is my favorite anime, because it's like, and then like he laughed.
I've heard that before, yeah.
And again, not an original thought, but like once I got into it, I was like, oh yeah, I get why people say this. And I recommended him. I was like, this really beautiful video that actually just got kind of like a director's cut that was originally called The Unreality of Professional Wrestling, that was all about how Roman Reigns is like kind of this guy who they try to make the main character and the audience rejects him. And then when he has to leave because of a cancer scare, he comes back. And now the whole idea that he was supposed to be the guy, but the audience rejected him, is now his character. And it's how all of it's in conversation with itself. And it's like it's kind of storytelling I'm going to tell here. And then this director's cut comes out where it's that story interwoven with the story of Cody Rhodes, how the stories are almost identical. It's all about legacy, another theme that I quite like, and in abundance here in Attack on Titan. And I was like, yeah, it's really good. It's by this YouTuber called Super Eye Patch Wolf. And Levi laughed in my face in a very like, don't speak of the old magics to me, which I was there when it was written kind of way. Like,
classic.
Where I was like, he laughed. I was like, are you familiar? He was like, yeah, he he made a video about Bleach that was so bad he had to like issue an apology and do a video where he basically was like, I got Bleach wrong, I'm really sorry.
I think I remember that. Huh.
And since then,
what's his name again?
Super Eye Patch Wolf. All of that to say, on like, because he has a second channel for like where he uploads like clips from his live streams, where he had a video called "This is why I will never make a video about Evangelion," and it's him talking about how much Evangelion meant to him. And I was like, "Oh, this is really cool!" Like hearing about another perspective.
I think I've seen that video actually. Yeah, I think
that this is what. Well, he made a video about the elevator scene, and he was like, "That's the only time I'm ever going to touch Ava." And then he like just the other day uploaded like a clip from his stream about like, this is why I will never make a full Ava video. And in the middle of it, he's kind of like, and you know, I don't like the fucking rebuilds basically. And again, like that's news to me. All of that rambling.
People are really wrong about the rebuilds. It's crazy.
All of that rambling to say, part of why I like the rebuilds so much is the fucking time loop element. You know, that like it just like you see all the coffins and shit. And I just love so much that it is this very heady, weird way of going, we're just going to keep living till we get it right. We're just going to keep doing this until we arrive at like a happier conclusion. And, you know, I love that. And so much of that is here, plus with like a little bit more whiz bang. It goes to a darker place in terms of just like the tone and like the nature of it all. You know, I think in many ways, and this is not a slight on Evangelion, that I was looking in Ava for things I did find in Attack on Titan.
I get it.
I think I was looking for a religious doomsday prophecy that wasn't there.
It's kind of there.
It's kind of there, but like the religion is set dressing. Despite the fact that so many people were telling me, Jarod, stop looking for a Christ figure. Stop.
Always good advice. Always
stop looking. Sure, but it was like, Jarod, stop looking for a Christ figure. Stop looking for like quotes from Revelation, and understand that it's like Christianity vibes based. And I didn't listen to it. And then I get here, and the outro, like I said, looks like religious apocrypha, where the literal Christian devil is talking to a little girl, and then a monster emerges and wipes out a bunch of people, and a mad king has a bunch of girls eat a fucking human body. Holy Christ, can't believe I got that right. Really sad that I did. Like, that is the kind of shit I wanted. Like, again, like the Fear Street.
You also saw the rumbling, but FYI. I'm just going to put that out there. That was part of that.
I believe you.
Go watch it back again. After this, it's just a line of Colossal Titans in one of the shots, just like casually.
Oh, I did remember that. Yeah.
Just like, no, this was years in the fucking future, but you're showing us that now.
And you said that outro predates a lot of these developments in the manga, right? That's awesome.
As I said, this shit was written and then it was drawn. It was not written, drawn. It was just bang, bang. And I actually found out I want to say the development of Attack on Titan was 15 years. He wrote the super short, condensed, like 65-page version.
Like a series Bible.
Yeah. When he was 19, got rejected, then spent 15 years getting everything.
I mean,
crazy.
These are one of those situations where it's like, I know I have vague ideas in terms of like, I don't know every single little detail, but like from what we've been told and what we've been shown, like I know what the first draft of, you know, the Journal of the Wills book 4, The Journey of Luke Starkiller looked like when George Lucas was shopping it around Hollywood. You know, so I can only imagine how like insane a condensed version of this reads.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure a condensed version of Attack on Titan just reads like someone's having a psychotic break.
Probably, yeah. I'd love to see that 65-page. That's just a one shot. Attack on Titan in a one shot. I can't imagine it. I don't get how that would work.
But with all that said, I think that's all.
That's if it does go from start to finish.
But I think that's all I got. Mitch, do you have any other things that you would like us to hit on? Just because, like I said, I'm a little scatterbrained from this one. Lots of big feelings.
No, I think we're pretty much there. I think you're gonna understand it at this point as much as you're supposed to, really.
Oh, okay. We've hit that point. Good.
I believe so.
So how many? So I have an idea. Do we have left?
Before the 2 movies, 6 episodes of the show. So 2 pro and noobs.
So 2 pro and noobs. And then have you made a decision on how you want to do the movies?
We're going to split it. We're going to split.
I was going to say, I kind of want that to be a double dip day. Because I'm going to be ravenous and want more.
Yeah.
Okay.
But hey, you can sit on the fact that the rumbling started for the next couple of days.
Yeah. Yeah. You're lucky I'm recording my own show on Thursday when I get home from work. Because if that was not happening, you would have been getting a, hey, you want to defend the walls?
FYI, we are the 2 final movies are not happening this week. They're happening next week.
Oh, I know. They're happening on Sunday.
What, this coming Sunday?
This coming Sunday, I would like to do at least one movie. We can either double dip, or I can watch one Sunday night. We'd have a conversation, and then Monday morning we do that, and then Tuesday we have our final conversation. If you're feeling bold.
We'll see. We'll see. After today, I just can I can't do that.
That's fair. That's valid. That's valid.
His last 24 hours have been crazy. Absolutely crazy. I've never seen Attack on Titan so fucking quick in my life.
I'm so glad this is how I'm seeing it. I cannot imagine fucking watching this week to week. Oh my God, I'd fucking go crazy.
Right. My life from the 14th of September 2014 until the 19th November 2023 was spent waiting for this. I had a 4-year fucking gap between seasons.
Yeah.
Consider yourself lucky.
I do. I'm saying, I'm so spoiled.
And then I can't remember how they released the season 4. Because I know it was a big, people just hated the fact that it is just part 1, part 2, part 3, the final chapters, part 1, the final chapters, part 2. Right. What do we do? No, I'm certain season 4 started in 2019. Certain of it. Let me double check that.
Hold on. I'm trying to look at something too here that I'm curious about. Just on the channel.
Okay, no, season
channel.
What's saying season 5? What are you doing to me, Google? Google's season 5. There's no season 5, Jarod.
Okay.
Don't worry. If there was, I'd have told you.
I was fully convinced. I'm he's gonna have a rebuild shoe drop here soon.
No, I wouldn't do that to you again. No. Right, season 4 started on December 7th, 2020. It didn't finish until November 5th, 2023. So what you've watched in a week and a half, I spent 3 years waiting on.
I also think it's crazy that, like, for us, again, you at home will be watching this at a much different date than the date we're recording it. Is just out of curiosity, I went to the first episode of Attack on Titan, Pro and Noob.
Oh, that was October?
November 10th.
Oh, November 10th. Wow.
It has been exactly 3 months. And I'm almost done with the show. And the people who are watching Pro and Noob are nowhere near done.
No. There's going to be a point with Pro and Noob where my hair's this long. There's going to be down here. It's just going to go. Thump.
Yeah. No, like Road to Doomsday has the same issue because we did shit out of order.
Just like, thump. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I can definitely finish. I don't know why I don't know why we're still fucking recording. Part of me thought we stopped. But
No,
Jarod, I know. Experiencing time all at once, Jarod. Leave me be. I'm seeing myself record this from back here while looking at you. Because that is how perspective works. And then I'll stop this and it'll be an instant. So, Jarod,
you guys can find me over at the Nerd Academy Podcast, where we're doing our MCU rewatch series, The Road to Doomsday, where if you support us on Patreon, $5 and up patrons get exclusive access to our audio commentary tracks and early access to every episode of The Road to Doomsday. And so catch me on the All Remaining Systems YouTube channel for Luminous Odyssey, the Star Wars High Republic RPG series we have going on right now. Having a lot of fun with that. And in Epic Confrontations, the Star Wars Trivia League that I am a part of. Hopefully, by the time this is out to the public, hopefully Michael and I are still in the teams tournament. Because
I'm going to say no.
I have an idea as to who our round 2 opponent will probably be.
I have an idea as well.
And your idea is correct.
I'm going to say no.
It'd be a real
considering how the last 2 times have gone, I'm going to say no.
Okay, you say that like Michael and I are not coming off of the biggest blowout in EC history.
It means fucking nothing.
You're such an Alden Mark.
You're such an Alden Congratulations, Mark. You shot a fish in a fucking barrel.
Hey.
Now take that gun and pop a shark. All right.
I will. I will. I'm about to air out an orca, motherfucker. Watch me do it.
This is why he holds an L, because I specifically said shark. This man went to whale.
I know. I was blowing it up. I was like building up. I was like, I take your thing and I make it bigger. But that's all for me.
And you can find him here, obviously. Like, comment, subscribe. You can find me on Blue Sky, Mitch692. Well, yeah, we'll catch you all next week. We always salute. We always dedicate our hearts.
Man, I don't know if I can dedicate my heart to shit. That's fucking... It's getting always spooky out
there. It's not about Aaron. About the scout. About the idea. About the dream.
I'm going to go back to one of the more recent episodes of Pro and Noob released with the wickedness and weakness conversation. If this show is a Kendrick Lamar album, it's Damn. And I like that. Because Damn also has a time loop. Is it wickedness or weakness? You decide. Are we gonna live or die?